Welcome to the Spyro replacement video. If you saw a couple days ago, I put out a post saying that my PlayStation 2 broke down. So I'm recording this that same day. I don't think I've got the chance to record tomorrow, so that's why. It's the Saturday. Hollow Knight, yeah. I'm trying to play this on original hardware. It's kind of tough to decide with a PC game. But since I got it on Steam, I'm playing it through the Steam Deck. As you can see, I've played through this quite a few times, but I am wanting to play it again. I'll just play it in the classic mode. I've already got all of the achievements except for one. If you know which achievement it is, you know why. I have been trying for like weeks, maybe even a couple months, to get this last achievement. And yeah, it's been unsuccessful. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually let this cutscene play out. Yeah, the door to the Black Egg Temple. But yeah, since I know exactly what I'm doing, I do have a route in mind, at least for Forgotten Crossroads. But yeah, I'll definitely just let this play out. This was apparently one of the early cutscenes made for the game, which is why the knight has those eyes instead of the fully solid circles. And here we are in King's Pass. So if we head left, there'll be a Geo Rock that gives us 15 Geo. Perfect. And now we can head off to the right. Through a few doors, battling this enemy along the way. Oh, another one. I forgot about that one. Right, we'll be back down here in a moment. Apparently I've been doing this the slightly longer way, but I'm hoping to not use save and quit all that much, so I will be doing it the long way anyway. I'll be luring you out as well so I can get your Geo. Oops. Failed that. You'll be, yep, down here already. Regain that health through focusing. I'm sure by now you've seen a bunch of other people play this game. The hype for Silksong is real. I'm also wanting to play that as soon as it comes out, but before then I've also made sure that I've given myself the task of attempting to get that final achievement. But yeah, those blue masks are lifeblood masks. Those lifeblood cocoons are scattered about here and there throughout the entire kingdom. Surprisingly, I didn't take the fall stun there. Yeah, we'll be heading this way to get the first charm of the game. Most of the Geo Rocks in this area have 15 Geo, so... No, that's not the chest. That's the chest. Fury of the Fallen. I won't be activating this too often, since I hopefully won't be dying too much. Unintentionally. I do want to end up using that to my advantage, though. Leaving behind the shade to reach some areas early. However, since we have the two masks already, those two lifeblood masks, I can't rest at a bench for a little bit. But yeah, this... I am actually wanting to make this a playthrough, but it's like... if I get the PlayStation 2 back up and running, or if I get a replacement, then I'll be going back to Spyro. "13 hits for that door." Every time. There's no way of speeding that up. Right, 80 Geo. I'm sure I had... I've missed a Geo Rock. Oops. Yeah, you can get a little bit more than 80 Geo. We'll speak to Elderbug. I'm not trying to speedrun the game, but I am trying to go fast. The other residents, they've all disappeared, headed down that well one by one into the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks to its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment. That darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad, and travellers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such a great thing after all. Let's not rest at that bench. Though this will set me back if I end up dying. So we'll head down the well. It's really the only place we can go right now. And let's just grab the Geo from this Geo Rock. That's right next to the start. And since I know where to go, I'm going to head left. Or where is available. Make sure to defeat both of these enemies for more Geo. We're going to need a lot of that stuff. Huh. Okay, well that enemy is spared apparently. And if we head down this side, we can find a room with a grub. With how many playthroughs I've done of this game, I have over 200 hours of the game. But yeah, I don't need the map as often, but I will be buying it anyway. I still find it kind of useful. Where has the Vengefly gone? Up there. Right. Need it down here for now. Then loop round. Pogo off it and grab the grub. And then the Vengefly drops Geo as well, so must defeat it. And then we can freely grab this Geo Rock for another 15. Nice. 2 from that, because it was just approaching us. 2 from that one. Grab 1 from that one, I guess. The other one fell down. But we'll head towards Brooding Morlock. And hopefully I don't take too much damage along the way. I say that and I take damage. Great. Okay. We still have 1 extra health. Why did you just randomly turn around? Good thing I responded to that. But yeah, we can just pogo up there. I think the intended way of getting through to there was... what was it now? Mantis Claw. But we're fighting this very early. I'm just after the Geo that's up here. Oops. I don't want that to happen, because it could cause Geo to go down the hole. Right, where do we need to fall? Oh, just straight down. Okay. Right, we've still got 1 extra health. We haven't equipped Fury of the Fallen. Hopefully I can defeat this thing first try. This thing has actually defeated me in a Steel Soul run before. But I'm not doing Steel Soul right now, so we're fine. Okay, that's good. Got to focus. Okay, this is going better than usual. And then I immediately take damage. I have so much experience in Pantheon 5, and yet I haven't beaten it. I've actually managed to get up to Absolute Radiance, but... again, I've never actually beaten it. my first attempt at Absolute Radiance was actually my best. I got up to the climb to what would normally be the final hit of Radiance, but no. It turns out there's an extra phase. But I actually failed on the way up there, so... Thinking that I was very close to beating it, I ended up seeing some other videos of people attempting it to try and get my strategy better. But, yeah. That doesn't quite work. Anyway, Cornifer, the cartographer. He's there, he'll be popping in and out throughout the game. You probably know that if you've seen other videos of Hollow Knight. And I missed that. Pogo. Got it. He also has a wife back in Dirtmouth. And yep, we've gotten through there. Also, I have seen other people pronounce it Dirtmouth, but you have places like Plymouth and Portsmouth. So I'll be pronouncing it Dirtmouth. Intentionally. But yeah, there's exactly 5 grubs in the first starting area. Well, Forgotten Crossroads. Oh yeah, this room. I don't like losing Geo to this room. Sometimes it can just fall into the area which locks us in. Sometimes it just flings out of the room. That was very close to doing so. And that one. Okay. Okay, good. That was all 10. Each of these Geo Rocks... Oh wait, no, there was an extra one there. Each of these Geo Rocks drops 10. There's a hidden area there that we can go through. Yep, that was all the Geo from that. And this Geo Rock drops 15 again. And since we have not gotten the extra lifeblood masks anymore, or not got them, I guess. Gotten would be for the future, I guess. Yeah. Fury of the Fallen is now equipped. I do not need the most important charm of the game, Wayward Compass. I don't use it anymore. Oh yes, this room. I attempted a challenge run recently, and this room was the bane of my existence. I was attempting to not directly defeat any enemies. However, I could direct the falling stalagmites into them, or I guess stalactites. This way is useless right now. We'll be coming back there later. Wow, that's actually just barely hit that platform. Huh. Anyway, we are in this room. I want to see if I can do this time. Usually I shade skip up here, but apparently... Nope, I'm not able to do it. Well, we'll be shade skipping then. Right. So, suppose I should introduce you to the concept of this, if you haven't seen any speedrun videos or anything with this in. When you end up dying in the game, you drop the shade, which also contains all of your money. So it's very important you get it back. However, because it acts as an enemy, you can pogo on it. A few other things also act as pogoable objects. But you can use that to reach other places, because sometimes enemies just won't do. We'll go through that. You can actually just slide down the right side there, so I end up doing that pretty much every time. Stop here. I went too early. Yeah, you don't need dash to get through any of this. And there's our second mask shard. There's actually a third one you can get before leaving, well, before False Night even. And of course, you can just buy them from Sly. So we will need a bit of money. 15 more from that. Nice. Although I have actually missed a little bit of Geo. Though that won't matter in a moment. Where did that other Geo just go? I saw it fly off. Unless I'm just hallucinating money. Anyway, if we jump over this section, I actually didn't realise you could jump over when I was waiting for the pogo. Yeah, there's this one over here. We are going to end up getting hit for this. That one I only got 13 out of. Shame. Yeah, we can head down here again to grab this Geo Rock. Yeah, I've been wanting to do some other things to this game, like randomizers, but I don't know how you install them or anything. For PC games, I don't mind modding them, it's fine. Do whatever you want with the games that you've paid for. Anyway, we've made it to the stag station. And before I go any further, I will be buying the stag station and resting at it. However, right now, we won't be using it. I just need that that bench to be the last place we stay at, because it's the closest one to the next shade skip. Okay, a bit more money. That way is also useless to us right now. I think that's the way to the lift down into City of Tears. Okay, plenty of money here. 24. There should be one more. Oh, I see it. Hidden in the grass. Just barely. But yeah, there's a reason I'm not actually playing this directly on my laptop. And that's because it's laggy. It seems laggy on... on the preview. That's weird. It's not lagging at all on... on my second monitor that I'm using to actually play this. But if we beat Grozmother... Also, I'm not muted. Good. I did change the hotkey, so that's fine. I just tried dashing. I don't have that upgrade yet. Nor do I have the... oh, what was it? Vengeful Spirit spell. But yeah, we can defeat these, which are actually enemies that don't drop any money. So... saving and quitting just speeds that up a little, and you don't lose anything for it. But right here, what we can do is actually not defeat any of the enemies. Save Sly. Break this open, take some damage. Clear out the rest of the screen of enemies. Doesn't matter how much damage we take here, because we need to take damage on this one. And lure him right over to this corner. For another shade skip. And we need a lot of money for this. So, thankfully, we've got enough for what I'm planning. I don't want to have to backtrack for this, so... I mean, I kind of am backtracking, but I don't want to do it after we get the correct ability. So hopefully we've got enough here. We have enough for the one that I'm thinking of. And I know for certain we don't have enough charms for a charm notch. If we head down through here, we can defeat all these enemies again, because they'll have respawned. And this time we can actually defeat the final enemy. Because our shade is over here. And with this, what we can do is reach Salubra's shop early. And of course, with this, we can get Shaman Stone. Now I don't have any spells yet, so that won't be too useful. I won't be getting Steady Body. I actually don't use Steady Body. I actually kind of like the recoil from, well, the nail hits. Also, I probably shouldn't have rested that bench. But if we head up here, what we can do is defeat this enemy over on the right side, so he can gain its geo and go through the gate, well, the door, I guess, no gate there, for another geo rock. Because at this stage of the game, you need money. Also, for some reason, that geo rock only drops 14, not 15. But if we climb back up again, we can hopefully get all of the geo from this one. I know I've fallen again, but I can get back up. At least. That's a positive. There's another one of these over here too, so I'm going to lure this one over to the left. Lure it down this hole. And now the geo has nowhere else to go. Except through the door, so we've got to stand guard. Good. Easy way of gathering all of that money. Right, through here is another grub. And we can leave again. Climb even further up to grab whatever geo we can salvage from this rock that doesn't fall into the spikes. Quite frequently it falls into the spikes, and I think one may have gone off out of bounds on the right there, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to spot. This room is the only room in the game that has this enemy, I'm pretty sure. So that just seems odd. It's like, why aren't they anywhere else? Anyway, we're back in this room, and if we break open this wall with the 2 aspids, we can get another 12 geo. Also, only one of those aspids exists after you leave and re-enter the room. But right now, I want to open up this gate. Well, 2 gates. Claim this geo rock. From the 2 Venge Flies there. And go out the right way. I'm making a slight detour, but this is actually better to do later in the run, considering how close it is to Crystal Peaks, and how far it is from everything else. Also, these guys are easier to take down if you have the Vengeful Spirit. And that's another grub. And I believe that's our 5th one, which should be enough for another Mask Shard. And with that, we should have 3/4 of the way up to what is it? The next thing. Oh, I just got a notification. I don't think that comes through because I've turned off desktop sound effects. At least on OBS. There we go. Okay, I could head through But first, I am actually going to use this, because I have 300 geo. And you know what's in Dirtmouth that has a cost of 300? Well, it'll be something useful. Right, let's open this door. That's the other thing I needed to do. Because I could have easily headed back here. But we can head into Sly's shop now that we've saved him as well. We could buy the mask shard, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for gathering swarm. So we now need another 150. I'm aiming for 6 mask shards. No, not 6 mask shards. 6 masks, just in general. Also, this is the map so far. At least for above ground. But I do need a little bit more geo. And I'm going to grab the other thing. As well as get a few geo from out here. If I could get another 25 geo before returning to Dirtmouth. Because Grubfather gives us exactly 100 geo. That's it. I gained 10 geo before on the route here. So I know I don't need this for False Knight, it's an easy boss battle. But it's wait, why am I... Oh wait, yeah, I started with an odd number, of course it's going to be that. Right, okay. Take down these for just a little bit more geo. And we are going to be 2 geo short, so I really should have defeated an enemy before, well, on the way there, that I missed. There should be another enemy over here, yeah. I do like extra health. But yeah, since I missed a couple of Geo Rocks, including that one back in King's Pass, I've had to actually backtrack a little. Why is it so laggy? That is weird. But yeah, we can get the 4th Mask Shard. And that is 1 complete mask. Before False Knight. Might be a little easier to do that before entering Green Path, since you can very easily go to the Grubfather. Oh, and I didn't equip that. Good thing there's a bench here. Right, since we don't have Vengeful Spirit yet, we don't need to equip the other one. But yeah, you know what, I'm hoping to make this a full 112% run, I guess. Because I know I can do Pantheon 4. The Pure Vessel isn't the one that I struggle with. Right, there's another one of these. The guards. This one's actually a tutorial for the False Knight fight, since he does very similar moves. Anyway, we can actually break this ceiling here. And I'm going to do that so I can grab another 18 geo. Oops, I meant to pogo there. Also, with Gathering Swarm, we won't be losing any geo, so that's nice. Wow, all these enemies are grouped up. Okay, we're up to 90 again. 90 geo. Right, there's nothing else down here. And I will actually be battling False Knight. Mostly just for the Geo. Right, let's also knock out all of these. Start the battle against False Knight. Knock him down without him even attacking. Though he could have dealt damage. Right. We can knock these falling things down. We can also break open this wall. But I won't be heading that way. I'll break whatever breakable walls I can actually find. There we go. The floor is going to break in a moment. But yeah, we do actually have to fall down there with False Knight. Also, for some reason, it doesn't make the sound when you pogo the armor in the battle. Also, one little thing that I don't see anyone just starting to play the game actually find is this creature. Though I did see a couple people actually notice it, but they don't hang around in the room long enough for it to wake up and just run off. And this thing does actually have Dreamnail dialogue as well. I think it says, like, free at last. But yeah, there's 200 Geo in this one chest, so I'll be taking all of that and tripling our money. But yeah, this room, believe it or not, with glitches, you can actually softlock yourself out of this room. If you don't flick the lever down below, then this room becomes completely inaccessible. Anyway, within here, what I am going to do is unequip these, although I probably should have kept that one active, and then what we can do is force Shaman Stone into the slot. And overcharm. So this snail shaman will give us the Vengeful Spirit. And with that, we should just be able to complete this a little bit faster. Oh yeah, I don't need to backtrack because I still have that equipped. So we can just defeat the enemies along our path, not bothering about the Geo, because it will just come to us. Right, no Vengefly on that one. Ow. Oh yeah, we take double damage when we're overcharmed, so you got to heal up twice. So, lesson, don't take damage. And that's how you win. Whoa, yep. Uh-oh. Heal up. Oh, one left. Grab the soul from this, though I'll only hit it 3 times, because we can get a little bit more soul from these guys. Vengeful Spirit that one that's in there. Grab these Geo Rocks. And the Lifeblood. That still has some extra soul in it, but we don't need it. Anyway, with Shaman Stone, we can just use 3 Vengeful Spirits on that instead of 4. And we can obtain the Soul Catcher as well. I do actually want to try using all of the Oh, I lost the... Oops. I needed to switch charms anyway. I'll lose Shaman Stone for a bit, but I will be gaining soul a little bit quicker. I just don't want to be overcharmed, is all, and I want to keep this Gathering Swarm equipped. So for a little while, we will be a little bit short on damage output. At least from individual hits. But yeah, now we can climb through this room again. And reach Green Path. Here we go. Yeah, this is the difference that Shaman Stone makes. 3 hits from that one, and it still didn't go down. We got good RNG though. From that. And we did also get a little bit of extra soul from that as well. But since we're low on soul right now, we do need to actually get a little bit from this room. If we had dash, we'd be able to get them from there, but there is this enemy. A lot of the geo in this area seems to fall into the acid. So, as long as that doesn't happen too frequently, we should have a decent amount of money by the end of this. Though I am going to need to heal up as well. Still took 2 damage there. Keep going. There should be a bench soon. There's also a hidden secret area here with another Geo Rock. And one of these enemies. Forget what they're called. Okay. I think something fell in the acid there. Something definitely did. I am going to rest at this bench, just so we've got a better respawn instead of in the whatever mound that was. The ancient mound? Whatever. I don't know. But yeah, there is actually a skip here, but I'm not going to be doing it. Also, there's nothing down there. I mean, I can try, but yeah, no. There's also the backup with this, but I'll be going through Green Path as intended. Yeah, a single piece of geo fell in the acid there. One geo isn't going to make all the difference, but if that happens every time, then it certainly is going to make a difference. Suddenly every source of geo is missing. Also, we don't have the map for this area yet. That is one reason I would like to actually go through this normally. To get the map. Also, we can break these vines to lower these platforms. Hopefully not on top of us, though. I believe you can't actually do it on top of... make them fall on top of you. But if you crush an enemy with them, you don't get the geo from it, so there is that. Like so. Oops, I missed the Vengefly. Not Vengefly, that's a different enemy. I actually don't know the names of every single enemy in this game. Put me in front of an enemy from the Pikmin series and I can probably name it. But, not this one. There is also a grub in here, but we can't get it just yet. Well, I could if I left that enemy alive. And I'm going to see whether or not I can actually get it. Whether it respawns. And I pressed the jump button there, but apparently I was falling already, so it didn't come out. And it did come back. Nice. Okay, if I could get you through here, I can pogo off you. If you're in just the right position. Good. Right, and I've lowered that, now we can get the grub. Nice and early. So I won't have to backtrack to this room. Well, just for the grub. Crush that enemy, that's fine, I guess. I won't be filling this out. This just takes too long. Some enemies don't even count towards this. It's kind of awkward. I think all of the DLC ones don't. But Dr. Claw here can give us the Hunter's Journal. I might as well grab it. Gets us some information on all of the enemies, including their names. Which, let's see what enemy that was. It is... Oh, it's called a squid. Okay. Using the squid, we can do a bunch of skips. Including the one that I did to get that grub. But if we fall down here, after activating the thing, we can get another grub. Wow, every single bit of geo from that one just fell in the acid. Oh. Great. Yeah, more of that geo is going to fall in. No? Maybe not. There's another geo rock just here. Heal up and regain some soul from the soul totem. And from here we go left. Also, I can actually see the map now, so that's nice. Follow Hornet. Get a new entry for the for that room. There's another bench down there. I should probably have gone for that, but ow. Yeah, a lot of these enemies have some unique properties to them. At least in their attacks. Mostly the ones that just erupt into a cloud. They do appear later again, but... yeah, we don't need to swap out the charms yet. Not yet, anyway. We also don't need to go any further down. Again, not yet. Ow. Wasn't expecting that to actually reach me. Right, there we go. The Geo Rock. Another one of these. What are they called, actually? They'll be... oh, Fool Eaters. I have been fooled by them before, so... there is that. But I know what to look out for now. There's also these ones. Moss Chargers. Probably should have just Vengeful Spirited that the first time. Right, can't quite get up there yet. Can defeat both of those. Gain a bit more geo. Yeah, one Vengeful Spirit knocks out. Hornet goes that way. We can go up here. Quickly get past that. We can't go through that room to the right just yet, but we will be coming back here at some point. Okay, maybe this room isn't the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, there's no bench here. That would have been useful, but... there is some geo at this end of the room. Defeat two of the squits there with a single Vengeful Spirit. And I can head up. I'll be heading down in the next room as well. That will allow me to get the... oh, what is it? The bench. Yes, the bench. There's another Full Eater here. And also 2 entire Geo Rocks. So I'll be taking all of that geo. Also, I think my voice is starting to go, so I'll need a drink a moment. I'll just pause the game for that. All is good. We can head to the left now. Well, the left and down. Mainly down. Hopefully not onto an enemy though. Ow. I didn't mean for that. But yeah, there's another hidden wall here. With another 2 geo rocks that you can break. For another 30 geo. Right, and there is a toll gate here. And that one activates both ends. So you can actually go from the other side. Which is useful. But we don't need to right now. And we'll be going down there a lot later. Well, from now on. I don't really know how to describe it. We'll be using it later. We won't be using it a lot. But it will take us a while until then, so I guess that's it. Right, we can head up here, and I will, because there's another lifeblood thing. And if we head to the right, there's a Moss Knight. These things, I still don't know how to battle. Sometimes they just charge backwards, but with enough patience and enough health, I can get through them. So we did end up using all of the lifeblood there, but it's fine. Anyway, this room, the Zote room. For the sake of 112%, I don't actually need to save Zote. You can get away with not doing that. But, yeah, I will save him, but I will leave him trapped in a later location. In case you guys want me to actually battle Great Prince Zote. I missed. That missed as well. And that drops a decent amount of geo. 65. Anyway, I'm not even going to bother speaking to Zote. We've saved him. He is one of the least likable characters of the game. I do believe there's nothing over here, but yeah, you can just head this way for a bit of lore. This is just a way down there. I'll defeat this Moss Charger as well. Wow, I was only one hit away from that one. Right, there's 2 Moss Knights that I can battle at the same time here, but for the sake of making this a little easier on myself, I am only going to be battling one at a time. There's the other one. Only one of them's active at the start, so there is that, at the very least. Okay, good. We got through that. A lot of geo. We've already managed to get so much geo. But it's still not enough. I am not satisfied. There's also a grub over here. You backtrack, so I'll just Vengeful Spirit you twice. This room's also really good for geo-farming, but since I don't know how to actually fight the Moss Knights effectively, or efficiently, I don't know which word to use there. Yeah, I prefer the other ones elsewhere in the game, the other geo-farming spots. A bench here, and also a stag station. Every stag station has a bench except for one, but since each stag station has a bench, except for that one. We can just travel to a different area and use one of those benches. But we can now head towards the first Hornet battle. I've done all of this in under an hour, by the way. Hornet's just trying to stop us from doing our thing. Oh wow, that actually took damage there. Whoa! That moved twice in a row. I wasn't expecting you to do that full jump. There we go. Okay, full soul as well. So I can heal up that 2 damage that I took. And we can get the Mothwing Cloak. For the dash. Then we can dash to the right and to the left again, and it'll set us up with this. The 3 Dreamers that we need to save, I guess. Or defeat. But they're not really a battle, so... reawaken, I suppose. But yeah, there's Geo there. And I don't need to head left. There is a... Actually, I could do it for the Geo. I'll do it for the Geo. Okay. Let's see what's over here. Oh yeah, Quirrell's over here as well. Okay, good. You didn't jump off the edge. If you do, I lose all the Geo. There we go. The 40 Geo just there. Right, let's heal. You know, I'm going to speak to Quirrell. See what he has to say. I've not actually spoken to him in a while. Oh, hello there. It seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly long been forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite. Thought there was going to be more to say there, but I guess not. Looks like it may have been one of the mounds for the snail shamans. Potentially. But those seem to have different architecture on the outside. I just thought the inside might have been one, but maybe not. Yeah, we can just dash across there, and now we can much more quickly get across through rooms. So we can head back to this bench, although I need to head elsewhere. So I'm actually going to head down through this room, hopefully not hitting too many enemies along the way. Just heal up there. We do still have a little bit of time left, so I'll be going through this. Oh, there was a Geo Rock on that side. Okay! And I think this is still a path down. It's just blocked, yeah, from the top. Good. My abilities are all coming back to me. Yeah, there's a lever here that we can only access from this side, and there's a full eater there as well. I didn't actually know about that one. Right, plenty of Geo still. But we need 1,800 Geo. We're still 600 away. Pretty sure we need another upgrade before we can head further this way. Yes, but I would like to register you in the journal. And get a little bit of Geo. Yeah, it's not quite possible to get up there yet. We also need to go over to the other side of that room, so that's a little bit later on, once we've gotten an upgrade. I did not actually think there were thorns there. Okay, there's that one, which we haven't really been up, but we went down through it. That's where the bench is. But then if we head up through here again, we've been here earlier. Oh, I guess I approached too quickly. We can head through the right now, and actually complete this room. Good. Okay, we made it. Thorns of Agony. I actually used this in my first playthrough. But I don't use it anymore. Since the damage from it doesn't actually give us soul. And I also prefer not taking damage. But I suppose I don't really choose when I take damage. Except for when I want to shade skip, I guess. Oops. I fell too far. Right. Vengeful Spirit that. Head this way. Send you into the acid. And only gain 1 or 2 geo from that. Past you guys. Oh great, there's more of them. I don't have the up spell yet. So I've just got to use the nail sparingly. And I didn't gain the geo from that. But we can now head down from here. Rest at the bench, and there is one more boss battle that I want to do that is in this area. I'll just avoid these for now. We can't exactly deal with them. There's also another path that way, but I am not going through that just yet. I think it's through here. Yes, it's this one. Before I activate the battle, I'm going to head through here. Defeat that enemy. Regain most of our soul. And activate the boss. Massive Moss Charger. Okay. Oh, that's a jump. Let's hang out on the left side. Oh, that moved faster than I was expecting. That is really moving faster than I was expecting. But we got all the geo from that. That is 300 geo. Plus the geo from down in this area. Another 30. We're only a little bit off the required amount that I'm after. Gather the bit of soul that was required for another full bar there. Or the full meter. Okay, that didn't quite get all of the geo out of that, I think. Some of it might have fallen to the acid. Okay, and as we reach the hour mark, there is a couple things in here that I don't think we can get just yet. Actually. Okay, we can get some geo though. That's nice. 85, wow. Can we get this grub? Yeah, we're not able to go any further that way, but we can spare the grub. Yeah, we need Mantis Claw to get through that. Good. I'm actually making my way back. I'm going to see... Oh, never mind. No, not that way. I need to go back up through here. Yeah, those bird things seem to have their own journal entry as well. I have actually filled out the journal once. Not in its entirety, though. I've actually missed a couple of not required bugs. But we shall head through Fog Canyon, and not get the map for this one. Yeah, I don't like hitting those things. I thought it would hit the roof, but I guess the slope wasn't gentle enough. Or was too gentle. One or the other. Also, the Thorns of Agony don't really work well in this area if you get hit. Because it can activate those guys. Thankfully, the little ones don't actually give us that. Okay, the bank. No. I am not falling for that. Although, I will if I had more geo. Squirrel's here again. Nice. Isn't this something? I'd not expected to discover so huge a stag station after that foggy descent. The bugs of Harnest must have been an impressive lot, building such grand structures so far into these wilds. Seems the dangerous creatures about haven't yet made their way in here. It's the perfect place for a quick rest. That it is. Anyway, we can head down to this lower one. This must have been a really big hub for the kingdom back in its prime. But we can spend another 120 geo here. That eats into our money for a little bit, but here in Queen's Station we will end it here. I've been Luke, playing Hollow Knight on potentially original hardware. Signing out.